Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen was in Scottsbluff this morning as part of his statewide tour following yesterday's State of the State address. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen looked back at accomplishments of the past year as he delivered the 2024 State of the State address yesterday morning. And today he spoke to a group of locals in Scottsbluff about his goals for this year. Pillen stressed one of the most important economic issues that we face is out-of-control property taxes. And he touted his proposals to expand the tax base to provide more relief, coupled with a hard cap on local spending that could be only overridden by voters.
The property taxes have gotten so out of whack. There are countless Nebraskans that's affecting every homeowner. There's countless Nebraskans that have raised their families here, lived their whole life here, worked, paid for their home, and now waking up and getting their property tax bill saying, gee whiz, I can't afford this anymore.
Some in attendance represented our local schools and thanked Pillen for making education a priority, and others had questions about current legislation in the unicameral. Pillen was also scheduled to make stops today in North Platte and Kearney. Well, some exciting things are happening at the Uptown Scottsbluff Mall. This week, the City Council approved an ordinance to amend the redevelopment plan for the mall and former Kmart site. The biggest challenge will be allowing the operators to increase the occupation sales tax from 0.5 cent to 2%. Economic Development Director Sharia Toof said several big-name businesses are in the mix to open up here in town.
Their plan, I think, is to first start with the mall and do some outfacing of the retail stores in there, bring in some retail. I know that they have some pretty strong confirmation from 3 large retailers. We can't say who those are at this moment, but from what Mike told us, they're hitting the ground running and they're really talking to people who could be interested in those outlots and then eventually the Kmart building as well.
The overall project would be done in 4 separate phases, and as Toof explained, the mall would be the first phase. And a 63-year-old Potter man has been arrested after reportedly driving the wrong way on Highway 71 Tuesday night. Deputies received a call about a pickup traveling northbound in the southbound lanes near the Scottsbluff County-Banner County line near the Wildcat Hills. The responding officer saw the suspected vehicle and made contact with the driver, Michael Lulf of Potter, after a 4-mile pursuit. A strong odor of alcohol was detected, and he was ultimately arrested on charges of flight to avoid arrest, driving under the influence, and possession of an open alcohol container. We'll have more news right after this.
The journey of a dream becoming reality. When we're young, a dream develops into a passion. That passion continues to manifest and grows as you do. It becomes all you want to do and all you want to be. It gives you direction. It drives you. Then, your dream has become a reality. When that dream is ready to be reality, Platte Valley Bank will be with you every step of the way.
Life Care promises us that we are looked after and taken care of properly.
If I didn't have Life Care, I would be probably scared to death about having enough money for when I got older or when I got sick.
Moving in here was an easy decision and in fact a no-brainer. I looked at it as actually buying long-term care insurance and in retrospect a good move.
One of the things that convinces me that we did the right thing is no matter what happens, we will constantly be taken care of.
The whole thing is just vital because you don't have to be worried about what's ahead for you. It's there, it's in black and white, and that's reassuring.
This is home. It has been from the day I moved in.
Welcome back. Republican Tanya Storer is once again running for the District 43 seat, representing the Northeast Panhandle and much of north central Nebraska. She launched her campaign yesterday with strong support from U.S. Senators Deb Fischer and Pete Ricketts, as well as Congressman Mike Flood. Storer says she's running for the legislature because she believes the district needs a principled, conservative voice in Lincoln, and she's committed to reducing the tax burden on farmers, ranchers, businesses, and families. Storer's background includes the day-to-day running of a cattle operation with her husband in Cherry County, where she served as county commissioner for 8 years, as well as having served as the vice chair of the Nebraska Brand Committee. Well, Nebraska highway safety officials say the state ended 2023 with fewer roadway fatalities than the year prior, but the rate was higher than the 2 previous years. The Transportation Department's Highway Safety Administrator says 19 people died on the state's roadways in December, bringing last year's fatality toll to 231. Now, that is down 6% from the previous year, but 10 more than the number who were killed in traffic collisions in 2021, and just slightly above the 2020 figure. 49 out of the 189 vehicle occupants killed in crashes last year were using seatbelts. Of the overall December figure, 2 were pedestrians, 1 was a bicyclist, 3 vehicles had occupants using their seatbelts, and 13 of the fatalities were in rural locations.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the Scottsbluff Body and Paint Ag Desk. Scottsbluff Body and Paint, you're driving home our reputation.
Insects, weeds, and diseases were only a few of the topics at the 2024 Nebraska Extension Crop Production Clinic held on January 3rd in Gearing. The annual meeting is one of 8 the Extension hosts in Nebraska. Chris Proctor, Nebraska Extension Associate Educator and Event Coordinator, explained more on the event.
We cover a number of different topics. What happened during the last growing season in terms of different issues that arose, some different research findings that were discovered, and so those are some of the things that we try to highlight.
In the Panhandle, there are more specialty crops grown than in the East, where they grow predominantly corn and soybeans.
We try to tailor the meetings more specific to the region as we can. So being in the Panhandle, you have a lot more specialty crops and dryland acres that just aren't seen as you move east.
Proctor says producers find the clinic helpful in a couple of ways.
You know, the different faculty from the university are presenting at these meetings, so they're in-person meetings. So there's a fair amount of the research that's being conducted over the year gets highlighted at these meetings, and so it's a good place to come for updates.
The clinic also offered pesticide applicator recertification for applicators to renew their license. It is a legal requirement that commercial and private applicators renew their license every 3 years. With the UNL Panhandle Research Extension and Education Center in Scottsbluff, I'm Chabela Guzman.
You deserve to have a building that will last for generations. With more than 110 years of experience and thousands of satisfied customers, Morton Buildings is the industry leader you can trust. If you're planning for a garage, farm shop, horse barn, storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, there's no better time to buy. Contact your local Morton sales office or visit mortonbuildings.com to get started today.
Let's take a peek at your weekend community calendar brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, a pumpkin coach, Prince Charming, a glass slipper, and a dream come true will be woven together by the magic of a fairy godmother tonight in Scottsbluff. More than 60 local students will be on the stage of the Midwest Theater as the Missoula Children's Theater presents an original musical adaptation of Cinderella. The curtain rises at 7 p.m. tonight. Tickets are only $10 and are available at the door or online at midwesttheater.com. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.